I hope we all might have attended multiple events, multiple parties in our lifetime. Did you ever observe that when we go to a very big party, probably from a very big family or from a very big businessman, so if we generally go and organize a party on our own with the help of the family that we have, with the ideologies of the family members, then the party will go in one way. So in the same way, if I go and approach some event management, and there if I go and deliver all my ideas and all my requirements, they organize the complete event in a very perfect way so that no mistake goes and it looks much more attractive. So in the same way, in order to improve the query performance, okay, what we do, we go and generally check the execution plan in Snowflake and even in SQL Server. In the same way, in order to combine the columns, okay, to organize the data in a table, what exactly should we use in SQL Server? Hi, I'm M. Asif Hussain from KnowHow Academy. What are we going to learn in this video? We are going to learn and understand what is a cluster key, what are the different uses of cluster key, how the cluster key works, along with a practical example. So my dear viewers, by the end of this video, you could able to get an idea on how we have to create a cluster key and what is the query performance before creating a cluster key and after creating a cluster key in Snowflake. So watch till the end. Generally, when I'm talking about a cluster key, what is a cluster key? A cluster key is nothing but it is a combination of multiple columns. Okay, there might be multiple columns. The combination of multiple columns to organize the data. In a table. So we go with the cluster key, and if we look into the advantages or the uses of the cluster key, then the very biggest advantage, if I would like to talk about, it is to improve the query performance. Okay, to improve the query performance. But however, in Snowflake, the cluster key, it is automatically created, but there are some things that we have to do it from our side also, that we are going to learn practically. But the first important usage is that it improves the query performance. The next usage is nothing but for the larger tables. If we have for the larger tables, in the sense when we have the tables with more size, okay, with more columns, with more records, it improves the scan efficiency as well. Okay, the percentage of time and the percentage of usage that it is going to take it in a Snowflake. So it is going to improve the scan efficiency. It is even going to optimize the data. Okay, what it is going to do, it is even going to optimize the data. And another usage is that based upon the columns that we have it in our particular table, it creates a subset of rows in a data in micro partitions. Okay, it is going to create multiple partitions. So these are the different advantages that we have it with the cluster key. Now let's understand how exactly does it works. So if we would like to talk about the first perspective of how the cluster key works, okay, so for the columns that we have it with most frequently when we use with the where clause, or if we have the date related columns, we work with the cluster key more in Snowflake. Along with that, if we try to create a filter on any two columns in our particular table, and this will also work with two different cluster keys in these two tables that we have applied filter. And another important thing here is that whenever we are using joins, okay, so the most important thing is that joins. Why do we use joins? To get the information from one or more tables. So whenever we are applying joins to specific columns, for there also we can frequently use the cluster keys. Okay, so now as you can see on the screen, my dear viewers, so what I'm going to do is that I am going to create a table. So I already have few databases. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a table. As we can see that I am creating a table with a table name. Okay, table name, it is our choice, whatever the table name we can choose it. So here what I'm doing is that I am adding some columns. Okay, I'm creating some columns, As you can see, order ID, amount, profit, quantity, category, subcategory, and date. Okay, so I'm creating one table called product cache. Okay, so let me go and execute this particular table. And as soon as I have executed, you can see that the table is successfully created. Okay, so now what we have done, we have created a table. So in this table, it is not any table is not justified if there is no values in it. Am I right? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to insert some records into this particular table. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to insert some records into this particular table. So as you can see that insert into the table name that I have it here, and that I'm considering it, and I'm selecting all the columns: order ID column, amount column, profit, quantity, category, subcategory column. So in my database, on first database that we have it here, if you go it, we have something called as orders table. Okay, so from that order table, I would like to go and insert into my new table that I have created. So what I'm going to do here, even I'm going to use cross join, so that let's see once we create it. So as soon as I go and execute, so along in this execution, we can see that I have the cross join. Okay, I have the cross join. So in this cross join, what I'm doing, I'm selecting from the orders table, and I'm even cross joining with the same orders table. I would like to see top 50 records. So as you can see that I would like to see top 50 records. So that I'm going to do it along with the insertion of the values into my table that is newly created. So let me go and execute it. As you can see that the time it is getting consuming. Okay, so that we have to observe whenever we are creating a cluster key. The benefit of creating cluster key is that we have to improve the query performance. Okay, that's the where we have to focus it on. Okay, so as soon as I have clicked execute, it took some time. So how much time? 1 minute 57 seconds, and the number of rows that it got inserted, these many rows. Okay, these many rows got inserted. Okay, so what I have done, I have inserted some records into my table which is newly created. All right, so the next interesting thing is that, okay, if I just go and see, okay, if I just go and see the table for which I have created, as you can see that there are number of rows. Okay, there are number of rows that I have inserted into this. Now if we would like to check the query performance before the cluster key, okay, so what's happening here, I would like to see some result from my newly created table with the condition what I would like to see the date from this particular date. Okay, so for this, let me go and execute this particular query. As soon as I click on execute, we can see that we have got some information, okay, from this particular date. So where do we have the date column? Here we have the date column. Now my dear viewers, here you have to observe what is the query duration, 813 milliseconds. So if I click on this query ID, we can see that what is the query performance that is happening. Okay, the result, it took us this much of time, and the most of the time 88.9% it took in the second table scan. Okay, it took it in the second table scan. As you can see that partitions, how many number of total partitions we have? 31 number of partitions we have. Okay, so how many bytes it got scanned? 599.88. so this is one thing. Now let me come back, and I would like to go and add a cluster key. So you can go and add a cluster key while you are creating a table, or if you would like to add using a alter also. So what I am doing, I am altering the table with the table that I have created right now, and I would like to cluster by date. So now what I am doing, I am creating this cluster by for the date column. So I will execute it. The statement got executed. Now if I would like to show it to you, after the cluster key, what's happening? Okay, so if I just select the same date to just show you the time performance, how much it took. Okay, I'll go and change it to the same date that we have it here. Okay, so now let me execute it. As soon as I have created a cluster key, earlier it was 812 milliseconds. Now it is 525 milliseconds only. So if I click on the query performance, so let us see how much percentage did the tables can take. Okay, As you can see here, it took only 51.6%. Earlier it was high, but here how much it took? Only 51.6%. Okay, so this we have to consider. With the help of cluster key, we can improve the query performance, the time, all these particular aspects. So now if I would like to add the different cluster keys using the functions, okay, so how should I do that? So for example, if I would like to fetch some information, some date from the month perspective, so if I'm just executing this particular query, we can see that we are getting the result. Okay, how much time it is taking? 1.4 seconds it is taking. Okay, 1.4 seconds it is taking. So now the same thing, what I would like to do, I would like to do it with the help of a cluster key. Okay, I would like to do it with the help of cluster key. So if I just go and alter it using the cluster key for the same thing, it is taking only 42 milliseconds. Only 42 milliseconds. Okay, if I just check the query ID as well, where we can check the table scan, the number of percentages. Okay, so here as you can see that it is 100%. Alright, so these are the different ways that we can go and practically see the difference between the query performance before creating a cluster key and after we create a cluster key in Snowflake. So my dear viewers, in this video we have learned what is a cluster key, different uses of cluster key, how the cluster key works with some practical example. Thank you for choosing KnowHow Academy as your source for IT knowledge. We are always here to help you to navigate the tech world. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. It's been a pleasure sharing this information with you. Stay curious and keep learning.